Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, meus queridos e minhas queridas. Aqui quem nos fala é o Bolha, passando só para avisar que esse vídeo vai ter perguntas, comentários e respostas em inglês, e a legenda vai sair assim que eu tiver um tempo de fazer, mas fique tranquilo que ela sai. Se você quiser fazer, fique à vontade também, beleza? Por agora é só, bora pro vídeo. Hi Mora, Bolha here. Unfortunately today you guys didn't get the expected result, but you guys end up the season with a win. Probably you guys not happy over there. I probably know for sure you guys are not happy over there. But how is the whole team taking the fact that you guys missed the playoffs by very, very little? How hard is that being on the team right now, and what are the next plans for the players, yourself and Santos as an organization?
Okay, so honestly, we're not that sad today. Today we're really happy, everyone's joking, everyone's laughing, everyone's in a really great mood, because after we lost the game yesterday, we kind of, we threw away our chance yesterday. The opportunity we had to make playoffs was yesterday. If we won yesterday and put in the same performance we put in today, we make playoffs. Simple as that. And it's not just about yesterday, it's not just about today. It doesn't come down to 1 or 2 games. If you think we've lost 10 games this split, think of how many games were close or how many games we should have won that we ended up losing. It's a matter of fine margins, but if we'd have won a couple of games more, or a couple of things had gone our way, or people hadn't made individual mistakes, or our drafting was better, or something like that over the course of the entire split, we wouldn't be in this position now. The playoffs would have already been done last week or something. We'd be in the same position as Payne or as INTZ, and we would be 1-2 wins ahead, so it wouldn't be a problem. So really, this is just a culmination of the entire split. We had a small talk after the game, after we celebrated beating Flamengo and denying them for playoffs, which was a really great feeling. We had a talk with us guys, and to a man, nobody thinks we deserve playoffs. All the players spoke, nobody thinks we deserved it. Because as staff, as coaches, me, Halia, Patron, we didn't do, there were times at this year and this split that we didn't do our job to the 100% that we can do. We didn't achieve or put in or hit the levels we know we are capable of. So we failed on that front. The players, in terms of official game performance, in terms of performances in scrims, in practice, in their behavior towards schedules, in their, how they approach their schedules, they admitted they failed. They didn't do everything they could do. They didn't do everything they could do to win the split. Whether it was the internal problems we had the split between players, or whether it was attitudes towards practice, not trying our best, anything like this. The players know they did not do enough, and they all admitted, everyone admitted that they did not deserve to make playoffs. If you look at the organization, there are stuff from the org that we've asked that they've not given us, and this kind of thing, disagreements over the course of the split, which happens with every team, I'm sure. As a whole, we were not enough to make playoffs this split. We had a really fantastic first split of this year. Starting from the second division and coming all the way up to CBLOL, we really had an ambition to make playoffs this year. Did we do enough? No, we didn't do enough. It's as simple as that. We just have to enjoy the moments we can have now, which is beating Flamengo in a really, really convincing game. Apart from one throw at the Baron, but we ignore that. That's a classic Santos throw. I was getting kind of flashbacks to B-Boy stealing Nash with Varus right there, but, we didn't do enough. We need to enjoy the moments we have now. We'll take a couple of days to reflect, to comfort each other if the feelings of disappointment or anything else sink in. For the players, I would guess the Korean and Brazilian guys are keen to go home to their families, especially considering the current climate with Corona and this kind of stuff. It's not a safe world out there, and I think it's best for everyone to try and be home with their loved ones, because you can never know what happens right now. So we're all going to go home. Who's to know? We've got, what now? For 5 months almost? Yeah, 4 or 5 months until the next split. That's a third of the year. It's a long way to the next split. Also, it's a long way if we know if Santos was made franchising or not. We don't have any of this information, so we have to kind of take it slow, review as we can, see what we can do, and take it from there. Honestly, I think Riot makes their decisions towards November, something like that, on franchising. So really, we're all contracted for a little bit longer. There's no reason for us to do anything else right now. We're here for Santos, whether it's for streaming, through whatever else. We're here to provide our services towards Santos. Over the course of the year, this team and the fans have become really, really close to my heart. I've really enjoyed being a part of this team. It's a real shame we didn't get the chance to be on CBLOL stage this year with all the external circumstances happening, but for me, I'm just really, really pleased to have been a part of Santos. I don't know if if Santos is gonna be in franchising. I don't know if I'm gonna be here next year, but if I'm not here next year, it's been a really, really good ride so far, and I'm really happy to have had this opportunity. So it's been great so far.
Thanks, my friend.
Hello, Mora. Thank you
Hello,
for
hello.
the victory. So, did you want to comment to the team's mood after Kaboom's victory against IMTZ?
So the mood was, we knew Kaboom had won when we saw the lineups. So the result was no surprise to us. Personally, I'm kind of a little bit pissed off. Obviously, they have their reasons to do it. They have their, we want to try out our new guys. We're already qualified, and obviously there's no discredit to the players that they did play. You know, it's not to say these players are not good and they shouldn't have played. It's not to say that. However, for the sake of competitive integrity in the league, I think it's important, if the game has an effect on league positions, to maintain a level of competitiveness for all of the teams, like we did today against PRG. For PRG, sorry, against Flamengo. We could have easily, we were out of playoffs. We could have easily just thrown the game, or had a fun game, not tried, and Flamengo were to playoffs. There was nothing to stop us doing that. The game had nothing for us today in terms of league position. But for me, and I think the players and the other staff maintain the same thing, we are in a competitive league. We need to make it as competitive as possible for as long as possible. While the league is competitive, it needs to be competitive. We were kind of annoyed at the decision of INTZ. The result was a foregone conclusion. I don't think anyone, if people put money on that game, I'm sure people are rich after that one, because the odds were not, I think the odds were even for the game, so people have made a lot of money off that game, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know. We kind of knew we were out of playoffs when we saw that lineup go in, so there's not really much to say. Like we said, fuck it. We're out of playoffs now. Let's go beat Flamengo. Let's go enjoy our last game together. So,
Okay.
what else is there to do? Like that's it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hello, Mora. Vitor Ventura from Wise Sports. Mora, sadly you didn't achieve playoffs, but what's the general feedback, your general point of view of this whole split with Santos?
So for the whole split, I can say from the start of the year, when I was approached to join Santos, we had a project in mind. The project was to start in BRCC, work our way up through BRCC, make at least playoffs in CBLOL, and go for a run at Worlds. This was the first project that was approached with me. I was confident in my abilities to do that. We did the first part. We got through BRCC pretty convincingly in the end. We hit CBLOL. We started great in CBLOL. We had a really fantastic start. I think we started 4-0 to this, but really fantastic start. Then people started to take their eye off the ball, foot off the gas, whatever other expressions you want to use. People start to lose focus, and once you have momentum, it's very easy to continue. Once something is moving forward, it's very easy to continue moving forward. The moment you've got force pushing against you, like it felt like, the actions we took internally were counterproductive, whether it's approach to practice or whatever else, internal conflicts, something like that. It was negative pressure that was pushing against us. And the moment you start to have pressure pushing against you, you're kind of fighting uphill to achieve something. And the moment you're fighting uphill, you're fighting a losing battle. We started to make it hard for ourselves for no reason at all. That was our big failure for the split. So the split overall, I'm happy we got this far. And honestly, I think I've said before, I'm kind of surprised we find ourselves in this position. to make playoffs, because we could have thrown it away a long time ago, especially when we ended up going 0-4 in the regular season. It's been fine. I'm disappointed because we didn't make playoffs. That was my objective. To miss out on it by one game is very, very disappointing. I have no doubt in my ability to, this doesn't change my confidence in my own ability to lead a team, but I need to go rethink, and we need to go as an organization, as a team, rethink how to attack the next project, because, we made a lot of mistakes. And if we make less mistakes, obviously we're going to be in a better position for next year if I'm on Santos and if Santos is in CBLOL. So I really, really hope that we get the opportunity or the team gets the opportunity to make up for the mistakes it made, because this club, the Santos, deserves a lot better than not making playoffs. It's a massive club with a great fan base, a fully supportive fan base, and everyone deserves a lot more here than what we've shown this split.